Welcome to the Hollywood Scholar. I'm Chad Morgan, and the Jodie Whittaker Christianal era of Doctor Who is finally over, and it feels so good. I can't be more happy saying that. I know I don't expect the show to get any better, but it does feel great that we all survived it. I didn't think we would because it was touch and go there for a little bit, but we have the overnight numbers for the Power of the Doctor special, and they're far lower than I even predicted. I thought with it being a regeneration episode, there'd be some really high viewership, people checking in just to see who the next Doctor would be, to see the witch burn, stuff like that. I thought it would get pretty high, probably the highest from the last 2.5 seasons. That was my initial prediction going into Power of the Doctor. Oh boy, was I wrong. We got this article here from the BBC itself, which says, oh, critics are loving it. Yeah, critics love shit, but the audiences aren't loving it all that much. But in this article, they mention that it had an average audience of 3.7 million overnight with a peak of 4 million during the regeneration scene. Let's just go with that 4 million. That's bad. That's really, really bad. I mean, it's more than double or close to double what her last episode, Legend of the Sea Devils, got, which was about 2.2 million viewers. Still not good. Still really not good, and it's barely beating out the series low of the New Year special that came right before that. That's really bad. It's not even average for Flux. It's not even average for Flux that bad. And then when you compare to the other regeneration specials, Tennant's Regeneration End of Time Part 2 got 10 million people watching it overnight. Matt Smith got 8 million people watching it. Capaldi, 5. And yes, that is a decline over the years, but it's still really, really bad. A lot of people were already checking out by then, but I predicted that this would be substantially higher than it was, and I'm surprised that I severely overestimated the interest in seeing Jodie Whittaker burn. That's something that I got very, very wrong. But it's interesting to see that people really don't care to that strong of a degree. And I can't wait till next week when we get the consolidated numbers for this episode to see if it got more over the course of the week, if the word of mouth was enough to get some more viewers, or if everyone's just going to watch the regeneration scene on YouTube, which they released right after the episode. That's my prediction, is that it won't actually increase all that much. The Legend of the Sea Devils went up by 1 million. I say that's probably about what this one's going to go up in the course of the next week. And this is just great to see. Doctor Who died a very long time ago for so many people, about 2017, and this is just further proof that nobody cares, nobody's watching, and this is sad, honestly. That was really, really sad, especially when compared to when she first started. Her first episode saw 8 million people tuning in overnight, and then 10 million. That is a substantial decline. That's more than half. But the reason I decided to make this video a few days after we got those overnight numbers is I was waiting for the American numbers specifically, and now we have those American numbers coming here from the tvfinale.com, which reports a lot of the great American numbers, and it's not great. It's only got a 0.06 demo. That's like low for Flux. The rest of this is Flux and the 2 other specials. It's only got a 0.06. That is so bad. The only episode that got worse was Legend of the Sea Devils. And in total, that's 317,000 people in the United States watched it. Yes, that's about average for Flux, but this is a regeneration special. These are supposed to be astronomical, the biggest of the biggest coming out for viewership. But nobody cares. Yes, it got better than Legend of the Sea Devils, but it's low average for Flux, which was already very, very low when compared to the rest of the show's 60-year entirety. This is horrendous for them, and just more proof that people do not care. They didn't even check in to watch her burn. They didn't even check in for the regeneration. This is crazy. I still can't believe that my predictions were so astronomically higher than all this. I had way too much faith in people just wanting to see her burn for catharsis' sake. I guess a lot more people just let go entirely than I had originally imagined. So America is gone. They've lost the American audience that they used to have, and it shouldn't surprise me whatsoever. But another interesting thing that came out, as of the recording of this video, no one can review it. No one can review it on Rotten Tomatoes. Like, there's not the section right here that would normally let you type in your review, rate it. No one has and no one can. I don't know if it's the same for critics, if they're not allowed to, or they're just choosing not to. Why is it so locked down? That feels very odd to me. This is giving me like Rings of Power vibes where they lock down reviews for 72 or whatever hours. But that was days ago that the episode came out. It's been locked down for days. What is going on here? I firmly believe that there's something chicanery going on Rotten Tomatoes because they're protecting this episode. I mean, if you just look at the other seasons of this show, they're not doing great. Here we've got The Legend of the Sea Devils, which was the last special that came out in April, and it's only got 4%. I didn't realize it was that bad. And see, the rate and review section is here on this one. I didn't realize it was 4%. That's so much worse than I expected. And then we've got Flux, which is her overall third season, and that's 29%. They're not doing great, so it's not surprising that they decided to lock down reviews for her Regeneration special. Now, I wanted to close out this video with, there has been an announcement on Russell T Davies' Instagram account, which has the new logo for his upcoming season and the intro sequence, at least the initial part of it. And I gotta say, I really like it. It really feels like a callback to Classic Who. It looks very Tom Baker, Peter Davidson era logo. We've got it right here. Now, I'm all right with that. That looks fine. I actually quite like that logo. I don't know how it's going to work with the actual full title sequence with the, time vortex or whatnot, but I really like that portion of it at least. And this came with the announcement that it's going to Disney Plus coming next fall. We already knew it was going to Disney Plus, but now we have an actual time on it. But yeah, some really, really interesting stuff coming from both the American and the worldwide viewership numbers and Rotten Tomatoes. There's some chicanery going on. But those are the consequences of Chris Chibnall's hatred of the show, his inept writing, and just the terribly infused political plot lines that he valued over telling a good story and honoring and respecting the fans. But anyway, that's all I have for today. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Anon. If you like what I do here and want to see good, compelling stories that Hollywood will no longer give you, check out my book series, Odyssey of a Phoenix, a mythological epic about philosophy, morality, and modern-day mental illness issues. Books 1, Down in Flames, and Book 2, Apocalypse Then, currently on sale. Book 3, Kill the Dark, coming soon.